all?
Fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you. So, how is everything going on?
Everything is good.
Nice, ma'am.
Finished with your exams?
Yes, ma'am.
Finished our exams.
Okay, and then what are you planning to do now?
Planning to preparing for
competitive exam.
Oh, very good. What will you do with these competitive exams?
To survive.
to get job.
To get the job. To get good job.
To fulfill our basic needs.
Then after that, what will you do after the job?
That to marry.
To marry?
No.
Oh, okay, to get married. Oh, then after marriage?
After marriage, children.
Then?
Then we have to brought up.
Bring.
We have to brought up the children.
Okay, it's not brought up, it is to bring up the children. Okay, to bring up the children. Fine. So, how is the weather going on?
Weather is
Too hot, ma'am, to survive.
To go out. Okay.
Why to survive? No, ma'am. Why to only?
Okay, these when you say to go out, to survive, to eat, to drink, to do, these things which are there, they all come under a category of a verb. Okay, and these verbs are called infinitives. So, if without this to, if you have this, the verb can't be used in that manner. Of course, it does not tell the tense, but it just talks about the action which is playing the major role in that. Okay, right? Let us see. These things are called infinitives. Infinitives are verbs which take up to along with it. Okay. Verbs like to eat, to run, to read, to work. So, these words which are there, they all come under this category of infinitives. When I say infinitives, these are the kind of verbs which do not give you any kind of do not tell you anything about any tense, these words, okay, or the infinitives, they do not give you any tense, they only go with the subject. Okay. Now, for example, so because they do not give any tense, these are called non-finite verbs. These are called non-finite verbs. When I say non-finite verbs, these verbs are the ones which are like they are open. If I say he reads the newspaper. When I say he reads the newspaper, reads, he reads. When I say reads, this one is coming as V1S form of the verb. So, when I say V1S form of the verb, this reads is used only with this he, right. If I use they read
the
newspaper. When I say this, they read the newspaper, read is coming as V1. This is going with this they. Okay. So, these verbs which are there, they are called finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are those which do not tell anything about this kind of tense. They are the same, they do not tell you anything about the tense, they are only used. Okay. So, how they are used, we will see. Now, these non-finite verbs are used in different forms. Non-finite verbs are used, or these infinitives are used in the different ways. One, we can say they are used as the subject. When they are used as a subject, subject means who works. The one who does the action is called subject. So, when I say two infinitives, to plus verb. Okay. So, when I say to err is human. Err means error. Error means mistake.
Yeah.
To make a mistake or to commit some mistake itself is human. We are not gods, we are humans. So, we are we make mistakes and we learn from them. So, that is what is called to err is human. Here to err, to make mistake, when I say to err is coming as the subject. Okay. Now, when I say this as a subject, this is occupying the position of the subject. This is an infinitive which is acting as the subject. Okay. Right. Can anyone give one more example to this? Yes, yes please.
To find fault is easy.
Right. To find fault is easy. So, which one is the infinitive here?
To
find.
To find. Okay. This becomes the subject here, and to find fault is easy. Right. Can you give another example?
I will give one.
Yes.
To work in hot sun is difficult.
To work in the hot sun is difficult. Which one is the subject
To
here?
work.
To work.
To work, right. Can you give one more example?
To prove oneself is very important.
To prove oneself is very important. Which one is
I
that?
will give one.
Yes, please. Yes.
To sleep without fan or AC in the summer is very difficult.
Okay. To sleep without fan or AC in this summer is difficult. Hot sun, I guess. So fine. I agree. Which one is the infinitive in that?
To sleep.
To sleep. Here in this one,
To
To
prove.
to prove. So here now you got these examples. Okay. Now we can also say one more example, to create history. To create history is not easy. To create history is not easy. So this is how, you know. So these are coming as the subjects. Okay. Any? Yes.
After to work in the hot sun is what? It is another word.
Yeah, that will be in another word. Okay. Yes.
But the main subject part is to work.
To work.
Is the subject.
Right. These are nothing but they are adding some quality to all this. Okay. So they are also adding something else to this. With if to work is difficult, also is possible. But where?
To work in the
In the
hot
hot
sun.
In the hot sun.
It
Where
is
you-
giving more information.
Right. So
to the
each one has got a different role to play. We'll come to that at the later stage. Okay. We'll see how these infinitives can be can act as nouns and verbs. No, sorry, nouns as adjectives and adverbs and all. We'll come to know that later. Okay. So this is one. Yes.
And one more doubt. On all the examples, after 2 we are using V1 only. Why is that?
Because
V2,
I
V3
told no, we can't use that. See, we are using this one where you are talking of the verbs, right? And these verbs, they always take up this 2, right? And they don't decide the tense. Okay. So here when I use this, to err was human, no, this is a universal truth. This is actually to err is human is a universal truth. It can also be taken as a kind of we can say the what to say, proverbs. Okay, so proverbs and all, they come only in the
Simple
say, simple present. So that way.
But in other cases, there is a chance to
No,
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 never.
no.
To
Here, how
find
can
fault was easy.
that here this one, it was that you can change the tense. This part of it, this verb you can change it. Okay, what is it coming as now?
Simple present. Is
What is
Present.
it coming as? As a
presently we are.
I
was
told
a
you,
verb.
I told you infinitives can't be used as the main verbs,
Main verbs.
right? So here, this is coming as a subject.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this now?
Yeah.
Verb.
Verb.
So verb you can change that.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what I am
That
asking.
you can say. This way, as a main verb, you can change the tenses. Verbs you can change the tense. Here, when I say this one, you can't change. To err was human, you can't, because this is universal one. Here, to find fault was easy, fine. It was to find fault with those people, it was very easy, we'll say, right? That way we can go on. Clear? Right. So here now we used as a subject. Right. Let's get into the next one as object. So, when we go as object, so here we will say birds love to sing. They liked to play cricket. So, this is how you can use as an object to the verb. So, birds love to sing or they like to play cricket. Here you use this V2 form. Okay, right.
She asked to leave.
She asked
To leave.
to
Leave.
leave. Okay. One more.
I chose to work.
I chose to work. Okay. Next.
I need to clean the house.
I need to clean the house. Can you give an example? Try.
I speak to them.
I speak to them. Them is what?
Pronoun.
Them was
So, here it has to be
A verb.
I will try.
right. So, this is how it acts as the object. Okay. So, before the previous one we tried as the to infinitive as the subject, and now these are with the like the objects. Fine. Would you like to try, Hari Prasad? With any of these words you can use. One more sentence.
I need to give one more example.
Yeah, I need to give one more example. Good. I need to give one more example. Good. Can you try with this same thing? I chose to work with the same word chose. Can you?
I will choose to buy new.
I chose. Use the same thing because that will give you some practice. The same word. I chose.
to live like that only.
Right. I chose to live luxuriously. Okay.
I choose to play.
I chose to play. Right. Asked anything?
She has
they
to
liked?
go out.
She asked to buy new clothes.
She asked to buy new clothes. Okay. She asked to buy also you can say. Any other?
I like to sing songs.
I like to sing songs. Okay. So this is how it is coming as the object. Okay. Right. Now what we'll do is we'll try out with the next one, next category. So the third category of it that we have is we have certain rules here. Okay. They are called. You'll have a subject here plus verb plus required noun plus infinitive. So, this is the rule. We can substitute some of the words into this. If I use a word advise, you can say I advised him to work. I becomes your subject, advise becomes the verb, him becomes a required noun, to work becomes the infinitive. So, this is how you will be using it. Allow, you can say people are not allowed. People becomes your subject, this becomes your verb, are not allowed
To enter.
To enter the hall.
people are not allowed to smoke in public places.
Our staff are not allowed without ID card and prayer book to the prayer.
Okay, our staff
Are not allowed without prayer book and ID card.
our staff doesn't allow to enter.
Without
Prayer.
ID.
So we can say, when I say our staff doesn't allow, okay, in this I didn't add the required noun there, okay. So here our staff doesn't allow us becomes your required noun. Staff doesn't allow us to enter without prayer book. Can you give some examples to this?
What is the difference between those two?
This is called the here
We are using are there.
here people are
Here does not.
staff we are treating as the singular here. Staff, might be we have plural, many people are there, but still they are taken as a singular. So here it is used as a singular. People, generally that itself is a plural form, so we use are. So in this I didn't add any of the required noun, but here I added that noun. Okay, can you give some examples of this?
Madhu convinced me to quit the job.
Very good. Madhu convinced me to quit the job. Okay. So Madhu becomes your subject, convinced becomes your verb, me becomes your required noun, to quit becomes your infinitive. Yeah.
She encouraged me to.
She encouraged me
To improve myself.
to
Improve myself.
improve
Myself.
my language, we will say. Okay.
My friend suggested me to read well for examination.
My friend suggested me to read well for the exam. Good. So my friend becomes your subject, suggested is the verb, me becomes your required noun to read. Okay. So this becomes your infinitive. Okay. One more example, last one.
The commander forced the soldiers to march in the rain.
Okay. The commander forced the soldiers to march in the rain. Okay. So this is how it goes with this one kind of it, where you have a subject, verb, required noun. So that required noun is there. What will happen if that required noun is not there? If I say the commander forced to march in the rain, whom?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't know who.
We don't know who it is. So there required noun is important. So it gives some clarity to the sentence.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Here suggested is V2, right?
Yeah.
Then what is the role of to read? Already it is telling the tense, simple past. My friend suggested.
What is it acting as?
It is not acting as
No tense, right? It is only acting as the infinitive. That's it. Infinitives they don't tell you anything about the tense. They only tell you, they give some kind of a meaning, we can say, to the sentence. So that way, because I already told you it doesn't give you any tense, so that is how it will be. Right. One more example we will see. This one goes to verb plus, that is subject plus verb plus optional noun. Okay. Optional noun plus infinitive. Okay. Verb plus optional noun plus infinitive. Here I say ask. To this I can say, they asked to leave. Whom? Not required. They asked me to leave, they asked him to leave, they asked them to leave, they asked us to leave, it can be anybody. So, even without that, I think we can just put it out over here. Okay? So, this becomes your option. Can you give some examples orally to this?
They asked to study.
They asked to study. Fine, good.
They asked to learn the English language.
Okay. Can you give with the word prepare?
They prepared to enter a hall.
They prepared to enter the hall. Okay. They prepared to enter. They prepared to enter. Okay, fine. Any other?
I prepared to convince others.
Okay. They prepared to take the test. Okay. They prepared to take the test. So, this is how it will be done. Okay. We will continue with this with few more rules which are there. We will continue with that.